My heart problem started when I was 16 years old and I had high blood pressure. By the time I was 18, I had cardiomyopathy, which is an expansion of the heart. And I knew that I had issues that I would be facing as time went on. Atrial fib kicked in 1981, which is a long time ago.
My husband and I are thoroughly involved in tennis. We met on the tennis court, actually, and we have played tennis for at least together 40 years, maybe more. But I noticed, like in his late 50s and 60s, he was tired a lot. He would still push himself, but he would come home and instead of us running out to dinner, he would sleep a lot. He did start having to deal with congestive heart failure, and his ankles would swell constantly, and they were giving him diuretics, and he was having to adjust that. And I just really noticed a change in the activity level. Also, when I would lay on his chest, it sounded like a jumping bean. And I just knew, that those things weren't good.
I had a ventricular tachycardia where I basically had a cardiac arrest on the tennis court. I came back into rhythm in a matter of 15, 20 seconds. And that was my big warning sign. And I knew then that the time had come that I needed to deal with this. So I had two major factors that I was looking at: cardiomyopathy, expansion of the heart, and the atrial fib that was taking place, and therefore the blood thinner certainly could be a life-threatening situation. I immediately went to the hospital after the cardiac arrest and had a pacemaker put in. And then I knew that I wanted to go to the #1 place in the world to go to, and Cleveland Clinic was on my list, and it was a matter of getting there before I died. The primary concern for the Cleveland Clinic was to take care of the valves. The surgeon, who was simply the most caring, wonderful individual that I've ever dealt with, said to me, he says, well, the atrial fib, we're going to try to take care of it. They used an AtriClip to clip off my appendage, and they used a SUM ablation in order to get rid of the atrial fib, and I came out of surgery. I didn't spend hardly any time in intensive care. In 3 months, I was back on the tennis courts, ready to go at life again, with a whole renewed attitude, without having to deal with water weight and pills, and my medications came down to almost nothing, and life is just grand.
Right now, I think he's healthier than I am, and I've never had a major procedure done. There's no more swelling in his ankles. He plays tennis sometimes 5 hours a day. We boat, he runs over and cleans the boat. I mean, his whole life is just, he's running around like he's 30 and 40 years old and just having a ball. So it meant the world to me to see him like that.
The difference today to before, when I went to Cleveland and went through all these procedures, is the difference between night and day. I went from a lifestyle that was full but struggling to a lifestyle that is free and able to experience the things that a 76-year-old is just absolutely amazing that I can do.